And we are back with the lightweight final here at the 2023 World Jiu-Jitsu Championships. This is a rematch of the 2022 final. We got Janaina Lebre representing Gracie Humaita in the blue gi, Ffion Davies in the white gi. Ffion looking for her second straight world title. Janaina looking for her first. Ffion pulls guard.
Now, like we were just talking about, this is a rematch of last year's world final where Ffion actually became the first Welsh world champion in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. She's going to look to repeat that, but she's got a tall task in front of her with Janaina Lebre, who has been on a tear lately. She won our IBJJF Women's Grand Prix and beat some of the best women in the world on her way to do so, women that she had losses to. And the reason that that's relevant is because she's made some big improvements in the last year, since last year's Worlds. So it's really, really exciting to see this rematch after she had such a narrow loss to Ffion last year.
Yeah, that was such a big win for Janaina, winning that lightweight Grand Prix. Beat Luisa Montero and beat Ana Rodriguez, two world champions, two multiple-time world champions. And I feel like that win gave her a lot of confidence, and we've seen that being reflected in her recent performances. And they had a tight final last year. Janaina nearly hit a knee bar that looked super tight. Ffion even commented that it was a tight position. But Ffion was able to sweep and get the victory last year.
Yeah, it's interesting too, Ffion has typically, we see her with very strong judo. We saw some of that yesterday in some highlight reels. Very strong takedown. She's super scrappy. She is constantly regarded as one of the strongest women in her division. I had a fight with her and she felt like she was in my weight class. She was so strong. So she's very physical, but what we've really seen develop in the last year, in the last couple of years, I would say, is her intricate, impressive guard game. So even with such a talented, we're in the world finals, it doesn't get tougher than this. She opts to pull guard instead of playing as what most would consider her A game, which is the top position. And she does very well with it, consistently over and over again. So I'm actually really excited to see Janaina in a passing position here because we normally get to see a lot of her impressive guard.
Yes. Janaina with a win over Brianna St. Marie in the semifinal, to advance to this final.
After Brianna St. Marie had a toe hold win against Luisa Montero. So talk about a tough way to the finals for these ladies. Yeah, we saw some nice grip breaking there from Ffion in the closed guard. Janaina does such a great job at keeping control of the right side of the collar and standing up to open, but Ffion breaking those grips and able to move into more of an open guard where she can be more offensive.
Both these competitors have really good pressure from the top position, usually opting to use a pressure style of passing. Like you said, a lot of times we'll see Ffion on top, Janaina playing her lapel guard on bottom. Here it's a little bit of a reversal of roles. And that just shows Fion's confidence in her guard as well.
Yeah, and the development of her game has been really impressive. She one time told me that she used to doubt her ability to be technical. She used to doubt how technical she was. She thought, to probably misquote exactly what she said, but she would kind of bulldoze through people and be really physical and come out with wins, and she didn't know if she was flashy or technical enough. But then eventually she realized that she was she just had the awareness that she was world caliber level. And it's funny because many athletes have said very similar things where they don't see that about themselves until they get certain titles or until they get certain accolades. And clearly we're seeing that right now. I mean, Janaina, one of the best in the world, of course Ffion as well, the returning world champion, bringing her non-A game to Janaina and causing a lot of problems for her. Janaina now in a better spot, though, I think, to pass. She's in this outside passing position, which she does really, really well from. When Ffion had her in a spider lasso, it's very difficult for Janaina to get much movement, to move into strong passing positions, because when you're in spider lasso, you are constantly in danger. You're actually constantly in threat. But now that she has this outside position, she's able to get a better angle before closing the space without being too tied up in the upper body. See Ffion diving in there for...
Nice little sweep from Ffion Davies. Oh, Janaina turns it into an armbar. Janaina turns it into a triangle now.
She's still shooting. We thought she was out for a second, but she is still shooting up for this triangle as Ffion tries to desperately punch that right arm through to get back into a traditional closed guard. But until that right arm is through, she is not out of danger yet.
What a unique sweep from Ffion Davies. Not a sweep yet because she's still in danger of the triangle.
So what was really beautiful about that is she actually shot for a low single, right? She was trying to wrestle up, shot for a low single, which I'm not surprised to see because Ffion has such beautiful wrestling we talked about earlier. But not only did she shoot for a single, we're gonna have to watch that back at some point because she shot for a low single and then she switched it into a judo throw. She shot up to the hip and tried to step up and through to switch it to a throw. She ended up on top. Janaina so brilliantly tried to switch it into a multiple chains of attacks and submissions. But Ffion now bringing her arms both inside, facing Janaina in the closed guard, has added those 2 points onto the board.
Yeah, great strategic choice by Janaina Lebre, like you said. Trying to avoid those sweep points, but Ffion was able to escape the triangle, escape the armbar. And she gets the 2 points. So she is leading this match 2-0 over halfway through, looking for her second straight world title here in the lightweight division.
See a little bit of a role reversal here now. Janaina with the spider lasso. Going to see a bit of a replay here of that crazy action on the come up. Shot in for a low single, switches to the hip, steps up and through. She has the far sleeve as well, which helped finish this throw, but Janaina so brilliantly shooting through to the armbar. It wasn't enough to slap on the submission. Ffion gets the 2, but now Janaina with her dangerous spider guard in play.
Yeah, she had such a deep underhook when she came up from that sweep, and that allowed Janaina to attack the arm. Ffion showing great defense, getting out of those positions, securing the 2 points, and taking the lead here in this final.
You'll notice here too, Ffion keeping her right elbow really tight so that that lasso can't be of much use, but also keeping her hips back so that she's not getting her weight overextended. Now with some big passing pressure, Ffion coming to the left side, but Janaina safe with her legs still underneath, shooting through to a triangle almost.
Now we're seeing some of that classic Ffion pressure that we're so used to seeing.
Yeah, beautiful big pressure there from Ffion passing through on the spider side. Not enough to get through, but now she may have a look at the back. Switching out to the legs of Janaina. She may try to hip over for a knee bar here, but Ffion smartly bringing her knee out of the angle that is needed for the knee bar.
Janaina
safe so far.
Beautiful knee bar attacks.
She may expose her back in the process, though, if she doesn't find the right angle. And Ffion has the collar grip underneath Janaina's head. She is working her way to the back.
Ffion Davies climbing up.
Ffion has that left hook in.
She's got a very tight seatbelt here. Looks like she might have a shot at that collar grip.
Yeah,
Can't tell from our angle if that collar grip is in deep yet.
Collar grip isn't super deep yet, but you know what it's doing, Danny? It is cementing her to the back because she doesn't need the submission yet, even though she looks like she may be tightening it up now. What she needed was her chest.
Now she gets the hooks.
To the back.
Ffion Davies in a great position here.
So brilliantly using that
Gets her
seatbelt
4
control.
points.
So brilliantly using that seatbelt control to follow herself through. She didn't rush the hooks. She just kept the upper body connection. And as Janaina tried to roll through, she was able to bring both of those hooks in. And now in a smashing back position, right? She's hipping in such a difficult position to be in on bottom for Janaina to be flattened out like this.
Ffion has great finishes from the back too. She's up 6-0 in complete control this lightweight final match here at the 2023 World Championships. Minute and 40 seconds left.
Again, going back to Ffion being regarded as one of the strongest women, not just in her division, but in open class developments as well. This is a very difficult position under the pressure of her to try to come up to her, for Janaina to maybe try to come up to her knees or roll through. I mean, you've got to imagine with 1:15 left on the clock, Ffion really trying to cement her win here in the finals. There's no way she is going to give up this position.
Yeah, she's in a great position here. She does not want to let go. Great position not only to maintain control, but also to attack a submission.
Yeah, definitely you can see her fighting for these grips, trying to come through on the collar. Janaina trying to unhook her legs a little bit. You can see her legs floating, trying to maybe pop those hooks out to potentially come up to her knees. But Ffion has her feet connected underneath, which makes that really, really difficult to undo.
Yeah, not a lot of space here for Janaina to work with. Ffion, a master at this back position, staying so tight, trying to adjust her grips, trying to get a grip in the collar. 30 seconds left. Ffion Davies in control. Looking for her second straight lightweight black belt world title.
just 15 seconds left here on the clock. It looks like Ffion is going to do it. She is going to make her second world championship here. She was the first Welsh athlete to do it. I think the first UK athlete to do it in general, and now she is going to do it once again.
Time has expired, and Ffion Davies is your 2023 lightweight world champion. She wins the title for the second year in a row. Amazing performance by Ffion, Kendall.
Last year she said this was the most meaningful title that she was looking for. Even after ADCC and everything, this is the most meaningful title. And now doing it for a second time, it's got to be a pretty incredible feeling. She's not only one of the greats who has won, but she has repeated 2 years in a row. Such a tough feat to accomplish.
And in a very stacked lightweight division. This division is always one of the most competitive. Ffion comes out on top. Two-time black belt world champion, Ffion Davies, representing Atos Jiu-Jitsu. We got a replay here. Kendall, why don't you walk us through some of this? You explained it so well before with this takedown.
Wow, such a beautiful transition from Janaina. She is so crafty. She almost even tried to get under the leg there for a second, but Ffion had such great positioning and awareness. We saw Janaina try to switch off to a knee bar here. Ffion kept her knee out of danger. But one of the reasons we love watching Janaina so much as well, right? She's such an exciting competitor, but here is where the tide really turned. Ffion was able to climb her way up with this seatbelt grip, shift her hips over to the top of the back. You can see the excitement on her face there as she establishes that back position. And she knew she was en route to become the two-time world champion, and she was able to do so.
Let's take a look at this lightweight podium here at the 2023 World Jiu-Jitsu Championships.
Yeah, what a division we had. You know, Brianna St. Marie is about to pop up here in the third place, and she had some incredible matches, including having a win over Louisa Montero, world champion in her own right. You see her on the screen right here. And she ended up losing to Janaina. Janaina makes it into the finals of Ffion. And just a bracket full of world champions that could have ended in so many different ways, to be honest.
Ffion had 4 matches at the World Championships to take gold, 2 submissions, out of the 4 matches, 50% submission rate. Gets her second world title. Amazing stuff from Ffion Davies.
And your 2023 female lightweight champion, Ffion Davies, representing Atos Jiu-Jitsu.
Again, a repeat of first and second place here on our lightweight podium. And Ffion Davies, again, the champion here today in 2023.
We're going to jump to a quick commercial break. We'll see you guys shortly for the middleweight final.